Hey guys, back into the video, and I promise this one has a lot more point to it. Um, as you know, obviously, because I've talked about it a lot, I'm a fan of Pokemon. I binge watched every episode of X, Y, first season to X, Y, and Z. I've watched every episode. I stopped watching after Sun X, Y, and Z got canceled and was replaced with Sun and Moon. For obvious reasons I've talked about why I don't watch Sun and Moon. But then came the game Sword and Shield, which, I'm not gonna lie, put my interest back in Pokemon. My Pokemon interest has remained mostly in looking back at the past past battles, fan fiction of Amore shipping. Don't judge me. Amore shipping for. That's a wrong symbol. For life. That was too sweet. God. Yeah, Amore shipping will be my favorite shipping to the day I'm dead. But yeah, Alola Sun and Moon just killed me with that. With what you know, if I think about Sun and Moon, the story could be great, but I can't get into that animation. Then came Sword and Shield's anime trailer because I knew right when anytime a game comes out, the anime soon follows. So I was wondering, are they gonna take it as more seriously, or are they gonna be like Sun and Moon, just be jackass goofballs? They went right down the middle. It seems like. The animation, while not as good, X, Y, and Z, in my opinion, will be the pinnacle, the apex of Pokemon animation in the series and not the movie, since the movies seem to have a lot more budget to it, of course. But as the series go, X, Y, and Z will be the pinnacle of the animation, while Sun and Moon will be the lowest bar. While this is weird, it's not like called The Adventures of Sword and Shield or something like that. It's called Pokemon Journeys, which I'm interested in because it looks like it's going to take place a lot around every region. Who knows? Maybe we could see returns of some old faces. Here's the big shocker to me that there's going to be that Ash has a new idea for a dream, a new challenge to see the world. Actually, contrary to belief, I'm actually not that mad at this one. That idea. I was pissed when he was going to school because who wants to see Ash Ketchum go to school? But him just traveling around the world as like a research assistant. I just watched the trailer. It does, and I've seen clips of like the Japanese version that's been released. And the weird part is, this is not Pokemon Journey is not even going to be aired on TV. It's not going to be aired like Disney XD or Disney Channel or Cartoon Network. It's going to be straight to Netflix. That's interesting because the last Netflix straight to Pokemon property was the remake of the first movie with that weird CGI. I'll take the original 90s Pokemon movie over the new era, just CGI'd Pokemon movie. Why did they do that, man? Why did they do that? Is it just because you needed to stall for time to make the trailer for... That might actually be a reason to make the trailer for English. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Galar, the region, Galar, which is what people have believed is to be Pokemon's version of Scotland, because Kalos was Paris, France, I guess. Scottish definitely seems like it. It has that kind of landscape. I'll be honest. Animation, while it is kind of goofy and CalArty, it's not completely CalArt. It does look like it has a lot more depth to it. Not as much as, like... Well, I'm not going to compare to X, Y, and Z. Not as much as, let's say... Hoenn. Advanced Battle or something like that. No, it's good, but it's not bad, but it's not good. It's okay. It's, as I said, it looks like they made it halfway down the middle of of it. The one thing I have a major problem with, it looks like they're sticking with the gimmick of the Rotom idea. Like in Sun and Moon, they had the Rotom decks, which why? What? Why? Just for more comedy? Because Rotom can then talk and not understand shit? That makes no sense. Now it's a freaking cell phone. Or an iPhone, I should say. Yeah. Ash Ketchum now has an iPhone. Do we really need to do that? He's joined by Go, who is possibly the most trans-looking character. And not mean that the do me a favor for all who come at me for that shit. Look at the trailer, mute the fucking thing. Look at this character and say if it's a dude or a chick. Because I couldn't tell for the longest freaking time. Because his Japanese voice sounds very feminine. Damn it. I'm not trying to insult it. I'm not trying to be insulting to anything. I say what I think, okay? The eyeliner kind of gives off a mixed idea. His dream, I believe if I saw correctly, is to catch one of every Pokemon, including one that's never been seen before. Including Mew. Pal, Ash has probably seen every Pokemon up to this point. Yeah, if it does go the way I think, in which it's hinting at, like Ash traveling back through regions, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Kalos. I really want to see Serena return. I love that. I loved Serena. I really did. I love Amore shipping because it actually has, with a lot of Pokemon shippers, they usually just interpret moments sometimes. Like, it's not usually romantic stuff. It's just them seeing it as that. But with Amore shipping, which in fact Amore means love, Amore shipping actually confirmed. Basically, if you watch the show, it basically confirms that Serena does have a crush on Ash. Big time, might I add. And I remember off Journeys into X and Y, I believe it was in. I remember seeing trailers, and I remember watching this in the Japanese English subbed version first, where they do the mirrored dimension episode where Serena's is like in the terms of the baddest bitch in the building, or the region, I guess I should say. She's tough. She's a badass. Bonnie's a supportive younger sister. Ash is a coward afraid of his own fucking shadow, who's a fucking coward ass. Pikachu's rough as hell. Fennekin's ready for a fight. So yeah, it wasn't XY since it was still Fennekin, not Brixton. And Clemens in science, he believes in magic. I'm always really interested in those kind of episodes. I'm always interested to see what they do. I don't like gender bend episodes. But thank God they don't do those that much. I like alternate reality episodes because I'm a person who does believe in the multiverse theory. I believe that there are other universes in parallel to ours, mainly like slight differences. Like simple as this: in this world, I own a Xbox One and a Switch. In, let's just say, multiverse theory, I own a PS4 Pro, whatever the newest one is, and I owned a Wii U. Who knows? In this world, I collect pop figures. Maybe in another universe, I despise them and I don't collect them. The multiverse theory itself is very fun to think about. And with Pokemon doing that, it's very fun to see how the characters react, because another difference is that Team Rocket are heroes, they're good guys. That makes me question, would Ash and his team be villains? Think about that. Before you really answer, think about this. Really think about this. It always is Ash and his friends versus Jesse, James, and Meowth. Heroes versus villains. If Jesse, James, and Meowth are heroes, would that make them the bad guys? Really think. I know they switch Ash's insanity, braveness, and guts with cowardism. Serena's loving personality with a rough and tough chick. But I love thinking about this now that I've just brought it up, because I didn't really think about that now. Now it just kind of popped in my head. It's interesting to think about. Anyway, off topic. Back to Pokemon Journey. There's not really much I can say. Just like with I said with Titans in my first ever Titans video, there's not much I can really say. Except because there's not much. Well, there is a lot more to go on with Journey than Titans because there is still the Japanese versions. And I'll say this: someone on the Pokemon team loves Ash. They're redeeming his ass. Because if you look at his roster now, dude, he has a Gengar, a Dragonite, and a Riolu. Who the finally got their shit together and said, you know what, we keep pushing this kid, let's give him a threatening roster to back it up. And of course this has to be the one season where it doesn't look like he's fighting gyms. I mean, for the love of God, imagine in the original series, he had Charizard, he had Pikachu full power, he had a Dragonite, and a Gengar. Richie wouldn't stand a chance, man. Imagine in Sinnoh. Remember this arc with the Riolu, with Hunter J, which was, by the way, was one of my favorite story arcs in the Sinnoh region. Imagine that Riolu went with him. In Johto, there's so many episodes where he should have caught that Pokemon, but he respected them enough to not capture them, which is what I like and hate about Ash. You keep saying you want to be a Pokemon master. Dude, you're bonding with these really A-top Pokemon, like in Johto, Hour of the Houndour, which is one of my favorite episodes from Johto. If you were to have caught a Houndour, dude, by now you would have a Houndoom that could possibly Mega Evolve. And also I like that they went from Mega Evolution to, what were they called? Z moves, which was... I couldn't get into. They were cool, but I couldn't get into them just because I couldn't get into the whole cinema. To Dynamax, which looks fucking dope as hell. I'll say this: Pokemon Journeys, June 12th, Netflix, 2020. I'm watching it because I remember back to X, Y, and Z when they first released like the 2 pilot episode for X and Y. I was hooked instantly, man. Because this was fresh off of Black and White, Unova Adventures, whatever the hell it was called. And I'll admit, I did watch Black and White. I was a fan of it. But I'll definitely admit it wasn't the strongest season at the time. So seeing Ash this new look, this completely new animation, this new tunnel vision of determination in him, it hooked the hell out of me. But the main thing that hooked me, because I'm a shipper, was Serena remembering him. In that jump, that suicide dive he made off of Prism Tower in episode 1. Good God Almighty with that. Usually he almost kills himself in the movies or some shit. This time, hey, he almost dies in episode 1. Oh, Ash, you crazy bastard. We love you to death. And I'll say this, let me get it real fast, because I haven't played a Pokemon game in years. One of the last ones I played was on the Wii. It was Pokepark Adventure 2, Mystery Dungeon, I think it was called. I don't remember that much, but I did once play an actual, you can call it a legitimate Pokemon game where you travel. It was for the Nintendo DS. I don't know if I've ever showed this in a video, but here's the game. I got Pokemon Platinum for DS. This was years ago that I played this. And I loved the hell out of it. I remember I chose a Chimchar as my start. This is what happened. Since I had a buddy of mine at this time named Justin Potter. He borrowed this game from me and got my Chimchar to evolve into an Infernape and got me a Gyarados. I've been basically undefeatable in this game now. Well, what pisses me off is I can't get into the last city to get my badge. Sunny Shore City, something like that. It's Volkner's gym that I can't get to, and it pissed me off so much. I at least want to get a DS so I can finish this game because it's so much fun. I love this game so much. I really don't remember where I left off with badges, but yeah, Pokemon Journey. Based on the look, I definitely say check it out. At least more than you would watch Sun and Moon. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm about to run out of time. Later. Bye.